never a good thing when Nintendo HQ in Japan tweets a giant block of text like this. Look at that, it's basically a novel. And this is especially the case if you happen to be trying to pre-order a Switch 2 in Japan or acquire a Switch 2 at all in Japan, because this whole thing is basically saying, oops, our bad, we didn't make nearly enough to account for the sheer demand of this thing. So let's go and break down the tweet real quick, and we'll luckily have a translated version as I cannot read Japanese, though I wish I could. It says, or it states that, hello, this is Nintendo President Furukawa. We have been procuring many materials and proceeding with production in advance so we can deliver the Nintendo Switch 2 directly to you. I may or may not have added the last part there. On April 2nd, we announced details about the Nintendo Switch 2 and started accepting applications for the lottery sale on the My Nintendo store. As a result, we received an extremely large number of applications, approximately 2.2 million in Japan alone. However, this number far exceeds our expectations and far exceeds the number of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles that can be delivered from the My Nintendo store on June 5th. Therefore, unfortunately, we expect that a significant number of customers will not be selected when the winners are announced tomorrow on April 24th. They continue to state that anyone who didn't win the first lottery will be rolled over into a second lottery automatically, which is nice. Then they continue on by stating that in response to the demand, we are currently working on further strengthening our production system. In addition, starting tomorrow, April 24th, game retailers and online stores nationwide will begin accepting pre-orders or lottery sales for the Nintendo Switch 2 console. The console will also continue to be sold at the My Nintendo store after the release date, with more details coming later. With the cooperation of retailers, we will continue to ship the console and make it efforts to get as many Nintendo Switch 2 consoles as possible into your hands. We plan to continue producing and shipping a considerable number of Nintendo Switch 2 units in the future. We apologize for the delay in our ability to meet your expectations, and we appreciate your understanding. So again, this is Nintendo basically saying, we just don't have enough in Japan to satisfy the demand right now. And it makes me worried if this could be the case worldwide as well. As you probably know, pre-orders are opening tonight in North America. Both the US and Canada at the least, I believe. At midnight, I think, or at least midnight Eastern time. That might be earlier in earlier time zones. So definitely look into this yourself, because if you want to Switch 2, you may want to hop on that bandwagon real freaking soon, because it might be hard to come one if this is in fact a sign of things to come. So what do you think of this? Are you surprised by it? There have been reports of, a ton of Switch 2s at least being shipped to the US. Now I'm wondering, were those reports accurate, or are they why Japan is being shorted here? Or is it that those results or those stories were inaccurate, and maybe we aren't getting as many Switch 2s as we expected? And could we possibly see shortages worldwide similar to this? Let me know in the comments again if you think if you're worried now about this being an issue, around the in other countries outside Japan, as we'll probably know pretty soon, depending on how pre-orders go. You could be seeing a lot of disappointed people. On that note, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we're gonna wrap it up. So again, comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that, catch you later, everyone. Bye.